everyone, welcome back to Jackals TV. We're going to be tuning into highlights today from the Jackals' last tiering game here against the Chargers, old foes from the playoffs last season. Of course, the Jackals won that series 2-0, but here they will play each other in the final tiering game to settle where teams will be going into the regular season. Let's have a look at the Jackals lineup for tonight. As you can see, there are 5 players out of the lineup today. Thus, there are 2 spares into the lineup. We see Brad wearing number 9 tonight and Matthew wearing number 47. The Jackals will be wearing their white jerseys on the left side of your screen there tonight to start this period. Their white jerseys with the blue and black trim, and you see the Chargers off to the right there in their black jerseys with the white and yellow trim. So let's head to the first period highlights. We're going to start this one right off the opening face-off of the game, and not a strong start here for the Jackals as the Chargers drive in on the right side off the draw, put it out front, and it bounces out to the point, directed towards the net, deflected off the post right to a player off to the side there who bunts it into the open net there on the side, and the Chargers are up 1-0 quickly in this one here. Jackals looking to respond. Here's Matthew coming in. He's got the shot up high there. It does bounce out to David, but apparently headshots are Superman's kryptonite, and that whistle negates the potential chance there from David. Jackals do come back a little bit later. Here's Aaron delaying. He's going to find Brad sneaking in from the point. Wires one high over the glove there. Ties this one back up at 1, and we're only a couple of minutes into this game, and there's already been 2 goals here. 1-1 tie. But again, the opening face-off at center ice seems to be an issue for the Jackals here tonight, because off the ensuing face-off after that goal, puck gets put low there, down into the corner. It's going to get turned over to the Chargers. They're going to find that player out front there, off a couple of rebounds to the player sneaking out there from behind the net, finds it, puts it into the cage, and despite tying the game there at 1, the Jackals are once again down 2-1. But again, the Jackals respond quickly. There we see Bob fanning on a centering attempt there, but it goes right to Jer at the side of the net, deposits that into the empty cage, and it's now 2-2 here, just 5 minutes into this game. Here's more action from the Jackals here as Johnny puts that through to Rob in front, gets a tip on it, bangs away at the rebound, but the super leg stretches out and covers that puck up. And here's a turnover on the other end here. It's going to get passed out to the player all alone in front there, and the Chargers redirect that into the net here. And I believe they might be 3 shots into this game here, and they're now up 3-2. So the Jackals are looking to play in the other end a bit here. There, Bob slides a pass over to Brad there, gets a one-timer off up high there, but Lloyd makes the save. Here come the Chargers trying to get out the other way. Player tips it past Bob, and then Bob, as he peels away, that player catches a rut or does something there, and gear goes flying everywhere as he spins around on the ice and is injured and has to be taken out of the playing surface. And here's a battle along the wall for a loose puck there. The puck gets put back in there by John, and Jared kind of comes in from behind there and catches that player a little low and takes his feet out from underneath him there. That's going to prompt some discussion about who does or does not have to work tomorrow along the wall there. And after it's decided that most people do have to work the next day, the play continues, and we see the Jackals having the puck down low there, and it gets thrown out to Aaron, who's right in front there, and he tries to go to his forehand, but it escapes his grasp and goes harmlessly out the other side of the net. And there you see the Chargers player send Rob's stick flying, so that means the Jackals are going to be on the power play here as we head into the second period. David on a rush there, gets stopped up, and he gets his hands up high on that player there and knocks him down to the ground. Power play is over and ultimately unsuccessful, but they're going to get another one here as Gary comes across the line and gets taken out and tripped up there as he comes across. So that's going to be yet another power play for the Jackals, looking to be more successful on this one than they were on the last one. So the puck comes out to the point there to Brad, who's looking through, and he sees Rob down low there, trying to give him another opportunity to get a tip on a puck there, but instead that one gets stopped, and instead he gets a backhanded shot. But while all that was happening, you may notice on the left side of the screen there, John, as he's moving out to the flank there on the power play, trips up on the ice. Chargers player was near him there, but you can see clearly from the video that the Chargers player did not make contact, and John went down on his own there and had to be helped off the ice and did not finish the game. Here we see, although the Jackals still on the power play here. That pass across to Bob as he comes in low there into the front of the net, shoots high blocker, but Lloyd makes the save and turns it aside. Jackals are still on the power play here. Here's Bob coming in. He puts that through to Rob there, who's going to come in front there and try to get a chance. He gets hooked on his way there. And that means that the Chargers are going to be down 2 players here. And that's going to allow Aaron to walk in and just miss there on the low side there, glove side, just missing the post there on that big slap shot. Still on the 5-on-3 here. The pass comes out to David, gets the shot in on net there, and the puck goes to the corner. Nice retrieval by the Jackals. And again, they're going to put it out to David for another try there. He puts that down low. Rebound happens to be there. Gets pushed back again to David. Over across to the other side to Weeger, who puts a shot again through. Goes a little bit wide there. David peels away on the point there, and you can see there he's going to go look towards the bench, and he's going to change there. So after taking 2 cracks at it there, he's going to change and allow Brad to come on and get the pass across there, and Brad puts it in front. The save comes out to Aaron there, who's Johnny on the spot and slides it home there past Lloyd, and the Jackals have now tied this game up at 3 goals apiece. Chargers looking to get the lead back, coming in on the left side there, and Gary steps up to play that player there, number 12, gets under player's skin with some consistency there, and Gary tries to take him into the boards there and does get an interference penalty. But maybe the Jackals should have played the first period shorthanded instead, because here we see they get one good opportunity here with Aaron getting a chance there, and then they jump on a loose puck here that's going to go back the other way. Chris Marshall driving wide, holding off a defender and taking it around behind the net there, and he's going to get run into the net and knock the net off its moorings there, and the Chargers player is going to get hauled to the box for that play, which is ultimately going to result in some more power play time for the Jackals here. There's a shot on net that gets through. Rebound comes out to Chris Marshall, and he puts that one off the crossbar. There you see Rob at the point with a bit of a premature celebration, but the power play does continue. There's Bob with a move around the attacker there. Goes in on net there, but shot low is turned aside by the goaltender. Chargers coming back the other way now here, shorthanded themselves here with a good opportunity, but Trevor gets the glove on that one and prevents him from getting the shorthanded goal there. So with the penalty expired, the Jackals are back on the attack there. There's Matt has a good chance at that one. Puck comes back out there to Rob, who tips it out. It comes out to Matt again, and time expires in the period just as he puts it into the net. Now watch Gary here at center there, tapping the skates of that player as he's heading off to his bench there, right in front of the referee. So that's going to be a tripping or interference penalty for Gary as we head into the third period. So Chargers on the power play there. Their shot gets blocked, and the puck gets shot down the ice there. Lloyd heads to the corner to pick it up there, misplays it by playing it right in the middle there. Matt knocks it down, has an empty net there, tries to backhand it into the empty net, and the defender's stick there gets enough of it to redirect it to the corner. Very dangerous chance there for the Jackals that ultimately was unsuccessful. So Chargers are continuing to work again, but they play it past themselves, and as Gary comes out of the penalty box there, he races down on it, cuts through to the net there, and gets wiped out on his way through. And so he goes from having taken a penalty, coming in the box, he draws one right away there, and that puts the Jackals on this power play there. Gary working it from the left point. He's going to draw the stick back, take the shot. Rebound comes out to Jer, and Jer bats it home, and the Jackals have their first lead of this game here early in the third period. They're now at 4-3. That was a 4-minute power play, so there's still time left here. 2 minutes are going to remain on the clock, so the Jackals are going to remain on the power play here. Bob with the puck there behind the net, over to Brad, who then puts it back to him there. He's going to come up ice with it. He's going to look across to Brad, who's streaking up the left side there. He's going to continue across the line with the puck, walk in on the defender, around him, put it up over the glove of Lloyd there, similar to the goal he scored earlier, and it's now going to be 5-3 there off 2 quick power play goals by the Jackals. Here's Matt retrieving a puck along the half wall. The Chargers player coming in, and their feet kind of get tangled up, and the Chargers player falls into him from behind there awkwardly against the wall. A dangerous looking play. So Rob comes in, gives him a bit of a spray, and asks him to get up there so he can maybe get some retribution there for that dangerous play. Player eventually does get up, and Rob does get a hand up into his face there, and no penalty on the hit along the wall there, but Rob is going to get a penalty for his actions after the whistle there. So with the Chargers on the power play there, they're going to get a chance in low there, put the shot up high there, saved by Trevor, and eventually cleared down the ice here, where the Jackals are going to chase a player who's going to come up the side there. There's Chris Weeger chasing him a bit of a tap there. Player goes down pretty easily, but that's going to be enough to draw another penalty for the Jackals. Briefly, they were down 5-on-3. One player is out of the box now, and so here they come 2-on-1 shorthanded. Jared puts it across to Gary. He puts it high over the glove again. Multiple goals scored by the Jackals that way here today. That's a shorthanded goal for Gary there that puts this game likely out of reach. It's 6-3 for the Jackals now. But we get a little bit of extracurricular fun here to end this game. You see that player come in there, and Chris Weeger give him the big stiff arm to send him flying. That results in a penalty for Chris, but one of the Chargers players comes over to stick up for his teammate and spears Chris in the guts there. So Chris rips the stick out of his hand there and attempts to give it back to the player there by dropping it on the ice, but instead drops his own stick on the ice there and takes the Chargers player's stick with him into the box. Gets pointed out to him there, and as you see, javelins it down the side there, where it's unretrievable by the Chargers player. And that's going to be the end of this game. As you can see there, it's a final score of 6-3 for the Jackals over the Chargers here in the last of the tiering games. Let's have a look at the stats for today's game, see how that went. You see Brad and Jeremy both with 2 goals and an assist, and Gary having a goal and 2 assists of his own. Trevor with 19 saves on 22 shots here today's game. So let's see how those stats translate to the season-to-date totals for everyone here. Let's have a look here. Rob still leading the table with 4 goals and 6 assists. Gary Pabla catching up to him there. 1 point behind him there with 9 points on the season now. Trevor up to a 4-1 record on the season. And so with the end of the tiering games now, we can have a look at the D division standings. Again, all the teams still clustered in there, but that will get separated out into different divisions here now that the season will be starting in earnest. All these games will still count in the standings, but only games against your new division opponents will count for the overall standings. You see the Jackals near the top of the table there with 5 wins and 1 loss. So that's it for this week, folks. We'll see you next week when the Jackals will take on a new opponent, the Great Kazoos. See you then.